Hello guys and welcome back to the channel and to another Madden 24 franchise video. And as you guys can see in this video, I am going to be doing the 2024 NFL draft. Or actually technically, what would it be, the 2025 NFL draft? I guess it would be. So yeah, we are doing the NFL draft. Hopefully we don't draft bust. Hopefully every player that we do end up drafting can be at least star development or better, because I don't want them to be normal development. That is not going to look good if we draft them. But this is how the team looks. Honestly, everything on my team looks good except, I guess, defensively, our right outside linebacker, our right end. But other than that, everything else is pretty good, I would say. You know, our linebackers are decent besides that. Safeties are decent. Corners are solid, I would say. And then, you know, D-line's really good except our right end, obviously. And then offensively, I feel like our offense is fine. Maybe we could use another wide receiver because I don't know about Alec Pierce and Jalen Tolbert. But other than that, I mean, I guess that's pretty much it. So we really don't have to draft that many players in, you know, this NFL draft compared to last NFL draft. But definitely I do need to pick up some players. And if you guys are new to the series, I have a whole playlist on my channel that has every episode from episode 1 all the way up until where we are right now, which is like 42, 41 or something like that. So definitely, this is your first episode. You are a very long, you know, time away because we started this series in August already. So anyways, let's get into the NFL draft. If you guys have already watched the series, then you guys would know that I did end up trading up for the first overall pick in the NFL draft. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pick my player, and that player is going to be Marcus Flowers. Now this guy he should be really good, right? He's a right end from Kentucky. He's 6'2", 262 pounds. He's a top 5 projected, and he's projected to go #1 overall. So I needed to get the #1 overall pick for him. And he has 8 AC block shedding, 8 finesse moves, 8 tackling, C power moves. So he's definitely a finesse, you know, type of guy. But he's a really fast, twitchy edge rusher that I think could be really well for our team. That could do good for us. And if you guys look at his attributes, I mean, 4.58 40-yard dash, second, you know, out of any right end in the combine. He has a really good broad jump, really good 3-cone drill, really good 20-yard shuttle. I mean, everything that he did was extremely good. I mean, he has elite agility, elite change of direction. He has great speed, good strength, great jumping, and he has good acceleration. I mean, this is definitely one of the best, I would say, ends that I've seen in a couple drafts that I've done. I mean, I know everything else doesn't look that great, like the B to D injury, B to D stamina, C to F impact block, C to F hit power, but the main stuff that matters is having the finesse and power moves. You gotta have good tackling, play rec, block shedding, and I think he's gonna be a really good fit on our team. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna draft Marcus Flowers from UK, Kentucky University. Let's see, is he normal? No, he's not. Hidden development. Okay, this is good. 85 speed, 86 strength, 82 jumping, 83 excel, 84 agility, 73 change direction. He is 22 years old, by the way, so he's kind of a young prospect, I would say. And yeah, hidden development is beautiful. We're hoping for, you know, X Factor, superstar development. He could potentially have that because he is a top, you know, pick in the draft. So maybe he could have something better than star, but I'm just glad that he has at least star development. That's, you know, what I'm happy about. We'll advance the first couple picks, and then we'll advance to our pick. So the next pick ends up being Kamani Drayton out of USC. All right, that's a pretty interesting pick for the Jaguars. All right. The next pick is going to be Casey Lentz from Penn State. All right. And then the Steelers are going to draft Rashard Wiggins. This guy was really good out of college, Notre Dame. He had apparently a really good year. And yeah, definitely deserving a top 5 pick. Is crazy. And then Nicholas Jordan. So if we look at the draft board, you know, this is pretty interesting. Leslie Cohen still has not been drafted yet, which is pretty interesting because he's a top 5 player and he's not in the top 5 yet. So very interesting. Maybe Leslie Cohen ends up, you know, dropping a couple spots a little bit because, you know, his other teammate, Kamani Drayton, who also went to USC, got drafted ahead of him, which is pretty interesting. And it's weird how they're both right tackles. Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but either way, whatever. Let's advance to our next pick, though, because the rest of the picks don't really matter except our picks. So the next player that I do want to get is going to be Chris Waters. I feel like I've talked about him a little bit recently. This guy seems amazing. He's kind of like Eric Winslow, I guess, in terms of, you know, his stats, but he is a round 3 to 4 projection player. So we're definitely going to be picking him quite high, I would say, but I think he's going to be good, man. I really do think he's going to be good. And if you look at his attributes, I mean, A block shedding, A zone. So he's definitely gonna be a really well-rounded player. He's a run stopper archetype. He has ADC tackling, ADC pursuit. He is out of Washington University, UW, one of my favorite colleges. He's also only 21 years old, so he's a super young prospect from the University of Washington. In terms of his, physicals, his ratings are really good. He has elite speed, great jumping, great change direction, great acceleration. He has decent agility, he has good strength, but I mean, just looking at his, times, like, it's pretty insane. 4.57 speed at the 40-yard dash. And in terms of his vert, he literally has the best vert out of any left outside linebacker that is coming out of college at this moment. And I think he's going to be really good for us. And, his power moves and his finesse moves aren't going to be good, so he's not going to be a pass rusher. He's going to be, a run stopper, potential user player. He's not going to be a rusher, but I think he's going to be really good for us. So we're going to go ahead and draft him, and hopefully he's good. He is also hidden development. Okay, that's nice. 6'1", 236 pounds, 21 years old, 86 speed, 84 jumping, 89 excel. Wow, that is really fast. Off the edge, 76 strength, 84 jumping, 77 change direction, and agility. This is going to be our right outside linebacker. I know he's a left outside linebacker, but I can just move him because Shaq Leonard is our actual left outside linebacker. And then our, next player, as Kamani Drain obviously is off the board, thank God. But our next player, so Marcus Flowers is going to be most likely a right or left end. Either way, he has to fit somewhere, because Isaiah Foskey is going to be our other rusher, so it's going to be really good there. But let's go ahead and let's advance to our next user pick, and let's see if the player that I want is still there. And this is our last pick of the draft, which is very interesting. But yeah, like, this is our last pick of the draft, so we got to make it good. And the next player that I'm going to be drafting is, where is he? Zach Fiore, right? So I was looking at these wide receivers, and they look good. Now, I know Zach Fiore, his attributes look pretty bad, right? I mean, F deep route running, F release, A to C catching, B catching in traffic. He does not look good compared to these other wide receivers, but what I kind of noticed is, hey, I need to get a wide receiver that is a slot guy for our team, right? Because, the majority of our wide receivers are decently tall. Michael Gross is 6'4". I think Pittman is also 6'4". And then Josh Downs is like, 5'11", 6 foot. So we need another guy that can kind of be a slot guy for us. And I think Zach Fiore would be pretty good for that. And in terms of, his speed, he ran pretty well. I mean, 4'4", it's really solid. Everything else, is fine. He did have the best 20-yard shuttle out of any wide receiver in the class, which is pretty interesting. He's a very interesting prospect, I would say. But yeah, I do want to get him on our team. I want a slot guy. He's obviously not going to get that much playing time because, we have Michael Gross, Michael Pittman, and Josh Downs ahead of him. But he can be a solid fourth wide receiving option besides, our tight ends. So honestly, Zach Fiore is a good pickup that could potentially play a role like Josh Palmer had for us last year, where he ended up getting, 600, 700 receiving yards, a handful of touchdowns, and he ended up, doing pretty good for our team. So I think Zach Fiore could be a pretty interesting player for us. Obviously, I'm not expecting him to, get 1,000, receiving yards in a season. It's just not going to happen. But I do want to go ahead and drop him and draft him. I can speak. He is 5'9", by the way. So he obviously a really good slot guy. 5'9", 200 pounds, 22 years old. So he's young. And he is out of Louisville. So anyways, let's draft him. I'm assuming he's going to be normal. Let's see. And he is hidden development. Okay. Wow, that's actually very surprising. All right. 91 speed. 94 excel, 93 agility, 93 change direction. So obviously he is a very speedy guy. The speed isn't, the greatest, but the excel, agility, change direction, everything's good. So I'm assuming once you get the ball in his hands, he's going to be good. And he could potentially be a pretty good kick returner for us. He also has 78 jumping and only 58 strength, but, he's not going to be the craziest, DK Metcalf, Debo Samuel. I mean, he's 5'9", right? So definitely very interesting. But hey, that is gonna be the end of our draft. Very short draft, but I think we made the right decision for all the players that we ended up drafting. And I think it did, because we got at least star development on all the players, which I'll definitely take. I was assuming he would be normal development, but he has star, so, or at least star. Maybe he has superstar, maybe he has superstar X Factor, probably not, but he has at least star, and I think he will probably have, you know, star development. But yeah, let's go ahead, let's view our draft recap. Let's see the overalls on these players. If I had to guess, I'd say Marcus Flowers is probably like a 80, maybe 81, 79, between 79 and 81. Chris Waters could be like a 74, 75, I don't really know. And then Zach Fiore can probably be like a 70, 71, we'll see. And okay, so all right, so Marcus Flowers is 77 overall, which is, you know, it's fine. Chris Waters actually is 76, and Zach Fiore is a 73. Okay, all right, I can deal with that. Marcus Flowers is going to be wearing number 98 for us. All right, looks pretty good. Did Dwight Freeney wear number 98? I hope he didn't. But yeah, in terms of Marcus Flowers, 81 finesse moves, 69 power moves. So we definitely have to work on the power moves, getting his strength up for that, because, you know, like, he has good strength, but I meant like power moves in general. We just need to get those power moves up. He has good finesse moves though, good speed, good excel. Everything's good on him. We just need the power moves to go up. Either way, definitely really good. And he does have at least star development now. Since he's only a 77 overall, I'd probably assume he's probably star, or maybe superstar. But either way, that's fine. Chris Waters is going to be wearing number 48 for us. Okay. Let's see. 85 tackling, 86 speed, 89 excel, 76 hit power is nice. 84 pursuit's nice. The power moves and finesse moves are good, but the block shed's good. 78 block shed we like. The play rec is solid, strength solid, zone coverage is bad, and so is the man coverage, but he's really just a, whoa, 96 stamina, okay, but he's really, you know, just a run-stopping outside linebacker, which is kind of what we need on our team. We need to be able to stop the run. We need to stop teams from just running the ball down our throats, because that's been happening recently, and it's not fun. It's definitely not fun at all, so don't want that to be happening. And then Zach Fiore, our last pick of the NFL draft, is going to be coming in at a 73 overall. Number 85 looks hideous on him, so we're going to be changing that immediately, by the way. But 5'9", 22 years old, 91 speed, 94 excel. Okay, the catching is good. Short running is good. Medium is fine. Deep route running is horrendous. The spec catch is also not that good. Jody's good. Juke's good. All right. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be most likely a kick returner for us, and you know he'll get playing time every once in a while. But I need to change that number once this video is done. So let's go ahead. Let's view, you know, the NFL. Let's see the best draft prospects, and it ended up being Rashard Wiggins, an 80 overall. Okay, Carl Clark 77, Vaughn Callaway 76, and then Marcus Flowers ended up being a 77 overall. All right, Chris Waters ended up being a top guy, and he got drafted in the second round. But Rashard Wiggins, this guy looks really good, you know, just from looking at his stats. But let's see, does he have X Factor? Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I was like literally clicked the wrong button, but hopefully he doesn't have Superstar X Factor, because that's gonna kind of hurt me a little bit, because I was considering him, but I was like, you know, we have Dalton Brown, and he does have Superstar X Factor. Okay. All right, and then Kamani Drian ended up being only a 73. Wow, all right, so he might be kind of a bust. Whereas his teammate Leslie Cohen is a 74. So Leslie Cohen ended up being a higher overall and getting drafted later. So it's pretty interesting there. But yeah, let me sim. I need to fix the number on Zach Fiore. 85 is just not going to cut it for this guy. There's just no way. All right, guys, so we finished constructing the team. So Zach Fiore is going to be our fourth wide receiving option, or a fourth wide receiver. I changed his number to 17. It just looks better on him. But that was pretty much it. I didn't change anyone else's numbers or anything like that. I just wanted to change his because it kind of looked weird on him. This is how the team's going to be looking. It looks really good. And then on the defensive side, Chris Waters is going to be our right outside linebacker. This is how our linebackers are going to look. Our D-line looks nasty. I mean, Marcus Flowers, he's going to be really good for us in the future. And on special teams, Zach Fiore is not only going to be our fourth wide receiver, but he's also going to be a kick and punt returner. And he's also going to be our starting slot wide receiver. So he is going to get plenty of playing time for us, you know, drafting him in the second round. So he's definitely going to get a lot of playing time, and hopefully he can return some kick and punt return touchdowns. That would be nice. This is how our specialists are gonna look like. Honestly, we should do pretty good this year, but yeah, let's see. Hopefully everyone has Superstar X Factor. Obviously it's not gonna happen, but hopefully everyone does have Superstar X Factor. That is gonna be the end of the video. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe channel if you guys haven't. And I do want to mention to you guys training camps. So once I'm done recording this video, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go through training camp. I'm going to play mini games for every single player on my team and get as many upgrades as possible, so that in the next video, not only do I upgrade all of my players, you know, to what they're going to be able to be on the start of the regular season, but I'll also sim all the preseason games, because I never played preseason. So I'll sim all the preseason games, and we'll start at the first regular season game, and we'll see how that goes. But I definitely need to go ahead and do those training camp games, get the upgrades, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys then. Bye.